Because look, as our people, we know how to get together when it comes to sports. When the Super Bowl comes, we know how to organize a Super Bowl party, do we not?
Right.
When it comes to Thanksgiving, Christmas, we know how to call people, set it up, weddings. But when it comes to organizing to fix each other, we have no knowledge of it. Give me that, Jeremiah 4. I just want to show y'all something, just real quick. Read this. Jeremiah 4, I think 22. Read this.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, verse 22.
Watch this.
For my people is foolish.
Now, God's people is the Israelites. That's who we are. Every black man and black woman, we are the Israelites.
That's right.
We are the real Jews.
That's right.
Moses is black. Abraham is black. You understand? Aaron, his brother, black. Miriam, black. Jesus, black. His mother Mary, black woman.
That's right.
They were Jews because they were black people. The white people that you see as Jews today, they're not the real Jews.
That's right.
I don't know if y'all follow what's going on, but did you see when Kanye West said we are the Jews? They attacking this man. They froze his bank account. They took away all his social media. They said you are not allowed to bring out truth in my world.
That's right.
That's the issue. Because we can call ourselves African, we can call ourselves Muslim, but as soon as we call ourselves the Jews, the Israelites, there's a problem.
Wake them up.
Now here's what the Bible says about our people. The Bible says we are wise to do evil. Think about what that's saying. He's saying our people are wise to do evil things. For example, selling drugs, that takes intelligence to do. It's not easy to stand on a corner and duck your ops or whatever and sell drugs to make money. There's a level of wisdom to that,
right.
But it's on the satanic side.
Bring it out.
Does that make sense? Scamming credit cards. I don't know how to do that, but there's people that figured out how to take your credit card and take money, thousands of dollars from your credit card, and they do it daily. That takes wisdom to do that. But it's on the satanic side.
Right.
You understand that, right?
No.
It takes wisdom to have all these different women, you sleeping with this one, you sleeping with that one, and they all don't know about it. There's some type of cleverness about that. But it's on the evil side.
Wake them up.
But on the good side, we don't know how to apply that same wisdom to make us better. That's what black people, the state of black people are today. For example, English in school. The rappers today use more vocabulary ever in their rap songs, but when it comes to English in school, they fail. Selling crack, making crack, that's chemistry. But in chemistry class, they fail.
Wake them up.
You understand what I'm saying? So that when it comes to do evil, how to pick locks and how to do these certain things and hijack cars, there's wisdom to it, but it's on the evil side. That's why God says we are wise to do evil. But to do good, read it again.
They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge.
That's what God is saying. We don't know how to be good because we was never shown good. Now, once upon a time, family, we was in slavery in the cotton fields down south and up north. But a lot of our people was down south in the cotton fields, tobacco field, right? The blacks that was down south, we said, you know what? We tired of this southern oppression. We tired of this white man down south. So we're gonna go up north. Some of us went to LA. Some of us went to Texas. Some of us went up north to escape Virginia, to escape South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia. So we went to New York. And guess what? We had our own community. At one point, black people had their own community. Not just in Oklahoma, but many areas we had our own community. Do you know what happened? The white man infiltrated our communities and destroyed them. Burnt them down or flooded them. There's many communities that we had flooded. And you know what happened? Welfare came out. Section 8 came out. All these government programs that came out to help the family, it divided us.
Right.
Because welfare can't have what in the house? Can't be married. Can't have a man in the house with welfare. You understand what I'm saying? So what they did was they destroyed our people. Now, you have people like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X, they rose up. They tried. But they end up getting assassinated by the same white man. You understand what I'm saying? You follow me? After Malcolm X, after Martin Luther King, the Black Panther Party rose up. Right after them. Guess what happened? All the leaders, most of them got caught on drugs or assassinated. Some had to flee to Cuba. You know what I'm saying? So now right after the Black Panther Party, you know what came out? Crack came out. That is not a coincidence, my brother. That is not a coincidence. Give me Psalms, the 83rd chapter.
Bring it up.
You understand what I'm saying? Think about what we're saying. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, and then we had all these leaders. Then the Panthers came out. The Muslims were trying their best. Then right after that, crack comes out. Some of us was alive during the 80s when crack first hit the scene.
Right.
It has destroyed many, many, many families. The only reason, yes sir, the only reason why white people, like the government, started to get involved, because white people started getting addicted to those same drugs. That's why they got involved. So now we have crack babies walking around. Some of us are crazy because our parents was doing crack. So now we're drugged out. Then hip-hop music comes out. Not the righteous one, the wicked music that was exploiting the sisters, big booty hoes and all that other stuff. So we had that, rap, and false lying Christianity that messed us up.
Right.
Now it is a new day. The Israelites are here.
That's right.
We have to repent of our sins now.
Right.
Read this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 83, verse 2. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult.
We have enemies, brothers and sisters. We must understand that.
Right.
There were people that came to this earth. Think about the timeline. We went from slavery. We had Harriet Tubman and Nat Turner. And give me some more. Gabriel Prosser. We had Sojourner Truth. We had many black, Frederick Douglass. There was many black people that was fighting for rights during slavery, and they tried their best with the limited resources that they had. They tried their best. We died because we wanted to read. Today we don't read at all. Then right after that, Booker T. Washington, Marcus Garvey, many of these black leaders started to rise up to fix the community. So you know what we did? Because in slavery, my sister, we had all the skills.
Right.
We knew how to farm. We knew how to do agriculture. We knew how to work on the railroad. We knew how to do the blacksmith jobs. We had all those jobs. So we came together and built our own community in Albany, in Rochester, in Syracuse, in Niagara Falls, in parts of New York City, Oklahoma, many of these areas we came together. White folks started to notice, wait a minute, how these niggas that we just enslaved, how are they doing better than us? Because we loved each other at one point. We loved each other. Not this fake love we talk about today. I'm talking about real love where we ain't gonna let you go hungry. That's the love that we had for each other back in the day.
Right.
If you was being bad, the neighbors whooped your kid's ass.
Right.
We lived on that type of time. And today, you can't touch nobody, kid. Don't be touching my daughter. Don't be touching my son. We live in a effed up time right now.
Right.
So now, once we came together, white people invaded the hood and our neighborhoods and bombed it. Martin Luther King rose up. He tried to unite us. They assassinated him. Malcolm X, they assassinated him. They killed him. Then the Panthers rose, assassinated them, put them in jail, put them on drugs. Then they got locked up. Some had to run to Cuba, another country had to run to Cuba. Then the crack era comes. That's a plot to destroy black people. They hate our guts. The church has taught us love the white man. Meanwhile, the white man hates the black man.
Right.
And the black woman. Read this.
They have taken crafty counsel.
The Bible says our enemies take crafty counsel. What's crafty meaning? Slick, conniving, scheming, crafty ways to destroy us.
And consulted against our hidden ones.
We are the hidden. We are the real Jews. We are the Jews.
Right.
Took that history from us.
Right.
They call us African. First when we got on slavery, they called us niggas. Straight up.
Right.
That was the name of our, if you look up your grandparents' birth certificate, it's going to say Negro on it. You hear that? It's going to say Negro. Then they changed it to Afro-American. Then they changed it to Black American. Colored, thank you, colored. They changed our names. So we don't even know our identity. Some of us think we're from Africa. Some of us think we're from over there. We don't know. Then they don't teach it in school. You understand? So you can't tell me black people don't suffer in this country. To this day, we still suffer. Now read this.
And consulted against our hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
One time we was a nation. They cut us off from being a nation. This is what the Bible is saying that. They cut us off.
That the name Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Because our name was Israel. Israel means he is a prince of the power of God.
Right.
He is a prince. They changed it to nigger. They changed it to West Indian.
Right.
The word Indian is a Latin word which means servant. So they called us the West servants. You understand what I'm saying? They destroyed our names. The names that we got now, those are names that was given to us by our slave masters. I'm talking about our last names.
Right.
You understand what I'm telling you? So we're not free. We struggle in the hood. That's everywhere I've been in my life so far. Detroit, Chicago, it's the same everywhere. We in the hood, struggling, drug dealers, baby mamas, and all this other foolishness. And that's in everywhere we are. New York, Chicago, down south, West Coast, Africa. It's everywhere because we've been there. It's the same thing. That means we are cursed as a people. That means we are the Israelites.
That's right.
Because the real Jews will suffer those conditions in the last days.
Right.
The real Jews would suffer in the last days before the Messiah to come back.
Right.
Yes, they did. They did steal our identity. You trying to tell me that them dudes are Jews? They're not Jews at all. Yes, they control the money. Yes, they control the media. Yes, they control the diamonds. But they're not the Jews.
Yes.
You know.
Now read this.
For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee.
The word confederate meaning they are against us in a loud, angry gathering. We in the hood. This is our hood. This is where we live. You go to the white neighborhood, it don't look like this.
Right.
That's in New York, that's in the city, that's everywhere that we've been. It's the same thing. The hood look crazy, the white neighborhood looks cozy. That's what's going on. Read on.
The tabernacles of Edom.
The tabernacles of Edom. Edom today is the so-called white race. They came against us. So us as a people, we got to come together. The first thing we got to fix, like the brother was going over, we got to learn how to pick the right spouse.
Right.
Before we can fix the nation, we got to fix our household first. That's the big thing. Before we can fix black people and Hispanics, we got to come together in our household first. The marriage issues that we got to fix it. We have to get married. Many of our sisters and brothers are not married. We have been taught that have sex with everybody, and then this is what I was taught by older people when I was a teenager. They said, when you get in your 20s, party, live it up through your 20s, then settle down at 30, and then you get married. That's what I was taught. Read it again.
When they have consulted together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom.
So y'all understand this, sisters? What we're trying to say is this: when it comes to getting married, give me that in give me the Hebrews 13:4. One of the big problems in black communities is the absence of fathers. That's a big issue, because when I was a kid, I didn't grow up with my biological father. I grew up with a quote-unquote stepdad. You understand what I'm saying? And he was a good man, and he took care of me like as he was my father. But at the end of the day, I knew that that was not my dad, but I still respected him as if he was. Not too many people have that understanding to do that. You understand? So when it comes to getting married, many of our sisters pick the wrong brothers. You understand? The Bible talk about marriage, but what happens is a lot of our sisters are led by lust instead of reality. Does that make sense, brother? Many of our sisters are led by lust instead of reality. Meaning,
Brother, man, how you doing, bro?
a good man, per se, it doesn't exist in the black community right now. Because many of our brothers, we can't even dress right. Pants are sagging, selling drugs, everything is a game, playing video games all day, everything is smoking weed. A lot of our black men in the neighborhood have a young man child mentality. So if the black man got a child mentality, the mothers do too. Because who raised them black kids, them black boys? The mama did. You understand that? So think about how crazy these black men are in the hood. Pants sagging, selling drugs, smoking weed all day, playing video games, right? Somebody had to raise that child to be that way. His mother did it. So we got to take accountability. Our mothers and our brothers, we got to take accountability for the actions that we did. Once we're able to fix the madness in our household, then we can go out and fix the people.
Right.
Read this.
The book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 4. Marriage is honorable in all.
The Bible says marriage is honorable. The word honorable means respectable. It's a flex. That's the term they use today, right? It's a flex for a man to come home to a woman that he's married to. It's a flex. It's fire. But what's happening now, brothers are sleeping with different sisters. Sisters are sleeping around with different men. It's a whorish life that we're living. Because at the end of the day, let's be real. If you're a man in this life, biblically, you're supposed to only have one partner in your lifetime. A woman's supposed to have one partner in her lifetime. But what's happening is we losing our virginities at 12 years old, 11, 13, and we've been so sexually active, by the time we want to settle down, some of us is damaged goods. Not physically, but mentally. When you're having sex with all these different people, that's your spirit connects to people. They call it soul ties.
Right.
So now you're all over the place. You dealt with this one, this. That's why you want to wonder why some people are crazy. It's all spiritual. It's all deep here. So read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all.
Marriage is honorable. We have to start the marriage. We got to bring that back. Marriage has to come back. That spirit of, you know, that's my boyfriend for 10 years, 20 years, and never get papers. That's an issue. You might as well get papers. Y'all been together for 10 years. You might as well, but some of us, because think about it, sister. Think about this. Sis, my sister, think about this. What happens if, let's say you get a man, right, and he has a good-ass job. He worked for the state, city, whatever. He got a good job, but he died. That money that he left ain't going to a girlfriend. It's going to a wife. And if he's not married, it's going to go back to the white man, and he's going to claim it. It's going to go to the government.
Right.
That's what happens. But many of our sisters, we get caught up. That happened to DMX. Remember DMX? The mother didn't get that. His girl, he didn't get no money. She didn't get no money because they was not married. That's a big issue with black women and black men. We don't want to get married.
Right.
We think we're missing out because it's a whore lifestyle.
Right.
Read it again.
Marriage is honorable in all, and the bed undefiled. But whoremongers.
A whoremonger is a man that sleep with many women. You brothers that sleeping around with different sisters, you gonna catch a disease.
That's right.
Some of y'all got a disease already.
Right.
STDs and HIV, you're plagued. Your nuts ain't, your semen ain't white no more. Read it again.
But whoremongers and adulterers, God will judge.
You hear that, brothers? Whoremongers and adulteresses, God is gonna judge. My sister, you listen. I know the topic is juicy, but what we're saying is, it's whatever you made a mistake on, we're not judging you per se. We just saying if you look at the condition of black people, a lot of us is in the same boat.
Right.
Well, we gotta fix that.
Right.
And some of our brothers, we know some of the brothers ain't no good. We know that. And we know some of the sisters ain't no good. I got kids, so we understand that. We all married over here, so we understand that there's an issue when it comes to marriage. You understand? There's a big problem. So the Bible said we got to go back to that. Because we're in the beginning. Who was married in the beginning? You read your Bible? Who was the first marriage in the Bible? The first marriage. Adam and Eve. You hear that? Adam and Eve was the first marriage. You got your Bible? Come over here, sis. Come over here. Come on, brother. Everybody, if you come over here, ven acá, por favor. Because we like talking about marriage. Shalom, sister. What's your name again?
My name is Reese.
Reese.
Yes.
My name is Leon.
Hello, everybody.
These are the brothers. These are the Israelites. We all over the place. We down the block. We over there. We trying to come deep in Albany. We're going to come out here again. But the issue is this, when it comes to marriage. Many of our sisters are being misled by the wrong thing. Give me the Titus, the 2nd chapter. Because the first marriage was Adam and Eve. Adam and Eve was the first marriage. And they were both black. Adam was a black man, Eve was a black woman. I say it again. Adam was a black man, Eve was a black woman.
That's right.
Original people were black people.
Right.
We are the essence of beauty. We are the embodiment of pure gold. Now read this.
The book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 3. The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior.
So the Bible talk about women and men, but sometimes when you read the scriptures, it talks about women in a different way and it talks to men in a different way. So read about aged women. An aged woman is a woman of experience.
Right.
She's in her 40s, 50s, so forth and so on. She's up there. Read it again.
The aged woman likewise, that they be in behavior.
Go to verse 2.
Verse 2. That the aged men.
So we're gonna start with the men first. I'm gonna show you something. The aged men, tell us sister, come over here. Benica, come sis, come. Nobody ain't gonna take your car. We over here. We understand people be getting robbed, but we ain't gonna let that happen today.
That's right.
Now read this.
The aged men.
Now aged men is the older community, the older men in the community, the senior brothers.
Be sober.
We gotta be sober. Men, we ain't supposed to be drunk walking around outside being drunk. As y'all see that going on, you got grown men drunk in the morning, drunk in the afternoon, drunk at night, all day. Or smoking weed. We ain't supposed to do that. You know?
Grave.
The word grave means serious. You understand that, my sister? It means serious. So you see black men playing around, joking, hanging out, not being serious. That's not an attribute of a man. That's still a boy. We have to be serious as black men.
Right.
Black men, we gotta be serious.
Right.
A lot of times, the only time we serious is when we're ready to kill somebody of our own. We don't. Temperate. Temperate means patient. We gotta be patient with our people.
Sound in faith.
Sound in faith means sound, meaning you gotta have a clear mind. Many of our brothers got bugged out spirits. They're not clear in the mind. They're not sober.
In charity.
Charity means love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Right.
You gotta love your people. Before you can fix yourself, fix the people, you gotta love them first.
In patience. The aged woman likewise.
Then he says, now you women, watch this.
The aged women likewise, that they be in behavior, as becometh holiness.
It says women gotta behave holy. Not ratchet, holy. Because if you look at the black woman on TV, is she represented as a holy woman or a ratchet woman? Let's be real. I was on, what's the name of that show? Not Bad Girls Club, it's the new one.
Baddies of the South.
Baddies of that, yes, that's what it's called. I was on Facebook, and you know Facebook got videos. So when I was scrolling down, a video popped up called Baddies of the South, and it was the light-skinned girl, Natalie, that's her name. I'm like, wait a minute, Natalie, that's when I was a kid. When I was in high school, she was
She was
the Bad Girls Club. You trying to tell me that woman have not grown up yet?
Wake them up. Bring it out.
So that means that was a woman in her 20s. Now she's almost 40 and she's still ratchet and whorish. I'm being real. I'm being real. But wait, she's married, but look, is that a real marriage? That is not a real marriage. A real man won't let his woman walk outside any type of way. So that's not a real marriage. That's that BS that we're seeing on social media. Read on.
Not false accusers.
So gossiping. Who gossip on TV? Wendy Williams. That was her job. Her job in her life was to gossip about people. Terrible. The Most High said, don't be a false accuser. Don't lie on people. Making false accusations. Don't do that. Read on.
Not given too much wine.
Not given too much wine. When a lot of our sisters that's drinking, going to the club and all of that, sisters ain't supposed to be doing that. Because we can party, because we have holidays that we celebrate in the Bible, where we party. But you going to the club, drinking, twerking, doing all that madness, that's letting you know that's whorish activity. For you to put your ass on a random stranger and you're bumping and grinding on his penis, and you don't even know who that person is, that is a whorish lifestyle.
Right.
I'm just being real. Read on. Because I listen, I was a part of that.
I mean, I was
I was a part of that. I used to go to parties and all of that.
42 years old.
I hear you.
Time has come and you just got to have
Time catch up on you though. Now read on.
Teachers of good things.
Teachers of, we gotta teach good, the sisters gotta teach good things. Not how to shake that ass and show them what your mama gave you and all that twerking. That's what the sisters is doing. If you look at the sisters on social media, what are the sisters doing? Twerking. That's all they doing. Showing their ass. That's what many of the black women is doing and the Spanish girls, that's what they're doing on social media.
Right.
There was one girl, the sister, they was making a challenge. They got challenges of who can make it clap. That's not what the sister's supposed to be doing. Let's be real. Was Mary doing that? Can you imagine Jesus' mother twerking? Can you imagine that? No, but that's what the world we're coming to now. You know?
That they may teach the young women.
So older women, your job, the older sister's job is to teach younger women, the young girls coming up.
To be sober, to love their husbands.
It don't say love their boyfriend. It said love their husband. Not love their boyfriend, it said love their husband. I'm gonna say it one more time. It don't say love their boyfriend, it said love their husband. You gotta teach these young girls the game. What I mean by the game is you gotta teach these sisters what man they supposed to get. Sisters are teaching young sisters, oh, there's many fish in the sea, you should try it out. Do this and do that. You teaching sisters to sleep with different dudes, and by the time she wanna settle down, she's wore out. Let's be real, you know?
To love their husbands.
And then you have to teach them how to love husbands. Now, that's not a natural thing. That's what when women say they love you, we understand from experience here, they're talking from an emotional place. We saying, what happens after the lovey-dovey infatuation phase runs out? What can women offer to the table? You understand what I'm saying? This is beyond the sex. Because many sisters believe if I give him the good stuff, he's gonna stay. That don't exist. It may be good temporarily, but when that stuff wear out, men think like that. I'm how men think. If she's giving it to me easy, all right, what I mean by this. Some sisters that I've known, they were able to give up the box in the first day or the first week or so. If it's that easy, some of us think like this, damn, if it was easy for me, that means it was easy for somebody else. So now, you may like him, but you're like, I don't know, man, something ain't right. And then you know what he does? He break up with you or break up with the woman, and then he finds somebody else. And then he get her pregnant, or he got you pregnant. Now, that's two different baby mamas now. That's an issue with men. Men don't know how to control their rod. They got to learn how to control that. Sisters got to learn how to close the bridge. Don't open up the bridge. If you want to get up the bridge, make them pay toll.
Right.
You got to kill them, make them pay toll. What I mean is, he can't get it for free.
That's right. I get you.
Because the white man make you get that easy pass and pay that toll.
That is I'm like, wait,
and that's it. It ain't no leave the toll and then go to another bridge and then try to come back to your bridge. No.
Right.
We don't.
To love their children.
And you gotta love your children. You gotta teach the sisters how to love the kids. You know what these sisters do? They give them the video game and tell them, get the hell out of my face, I'm eating.
Yeah. That's what they do.
I know black people. I've been black for a long time. I know black people. I've been black since I was born. I know how we are. They give you the video game or the tablet or the phone. Get the hell out, get out my face. I'm busy. What you busy watching? Baddies of the South.
To be discreet. Chaste.
Discreet meaning what? Not ratchet. That's what discreet meaning, the opposite of ratchet. Kind and all that.
Keepers at home. Good. Obedient to their own husbands.
Obedient to their husband. What that mean? Yeah. Obedient. So if I tell you, hey, what's your name, sis? Juanita and Reese. I say, Reese, babe, I need you to, I got a bill in the mail, I need you to pay it for me. Just use this card. And if you respond and say, why we always got bills? That's an issue.
I knew that's something that she's gonna say. She's standing there like,
Think about it. Remember, it's my car. It's my car, Leo. Juanita, look, I need you to pay this off. It's $50. I'm busy. I got stuff to do. Why I gotta do it for? You see me busy. That's disobedient. Many of our, give me that real quick, 15:23 of 1 Samuel about obedience.
no, that's all.
Think about what I'm saying. Think about your everyday life, your scenarios, or you watch your parents grow up and dad told mom to do something. She didn't do it. Disobedient. We're gonna have days like that. But when mommy asks daddy to do it, gotta do it. That's the roles have been reversed immediately. That is out of order. It should be what? The opposite. You know how hard that is? Y'all looking at me like I'm crazy. I'm telling y'all.
I'm so guilty.
It's all right. We all guilty. The Bible said all have fallen short of the glory of God. We all fall short. Now read this.
The book of 1 Samuel, chapter 15, verse 23. For rebellion
For being rebellious,
is as the sin of witchcraft.
the Bible says rebellion is like being a witch. You know what rhymes with witch? I'm telling you, that's what the scriptures are saying. Read it again.
For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. And stubbornness.
And what?
Stubbornness is as iniquity and idolatry.
So God says when you're rebellious and stubborn, it's like a person who worships animals and rocks. We don't worship rocks and stones. He said you like that because you're supposed to be worshiping God. But when you come into a marriage now, the husband is the Christ figure and the wife is the church figure. Christ took care of the church. The husband's supposed to take care of his wife. So if the husband say, hey, look, I had a hard day, I'm tired. I work 10-hour shift. I come home and there's no food, there's an issue. That's a problem. Back in the days, your grandma made sure food was made. Now think about it, y'all look at it like, yeah, hell no, that was back in the days. No, that's the stuff, that's what we need.
Like, with us being older,
Yeah, understand. I got you, I feel you.
us being older, I totally agree and understand everything.
Now, if you tell the young girls that, I watched a video with these girls.
No,
She said,
I went to the market to make dinner, right?
What that mean?
For about an hour.
No, because today's the Sabbath. There's no buying and selling on the Sabbath day. Today's the Sabbath. Yes, the Sabbath is Saturday, not Sunday. That's church garbage. Of course.
So that means we don't got to come to them.
No, it means the Sabbath is Friday night to Saturday night. So today, Friday night, I have not cooked anything until Saturday night comes. Then I'll eat some cooked food. Or my wife will make food Saturday night or Sunday morning. Right. But I'm just saying, but I'm saying that's how the Sabbath works. But when you're dealing with every day, Monday through Friday, you gotta cook or it's all right. What I mean by that is if they tell you, hey, I want to order some food, that's not an issue. You want pizza for dinner one night with the kids, that's not a problem. But if you have no cooking skills and every day is McDonald's and Chinese food, that's a problem. First of all, that's unhealthy, number one. Number two, you spending money. You making me broke. I thought y'all don't like broke niggas. I'm broke now. You making me buy McDonald's every day. Go take that same $20, buy hamburger meat and make us some hamburgers. But that mentality has disappeared. That mentality, that's what I'm trying to say. Go back to Titus.
It's the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 5. To be discreet, chaste, keepers at home, good, obedient to their own husbands, that the word of God be not blasphemy.
Give me 1 Timothy 2:9.
So you understand that that's criteria for women. I know it's not hard. Because remember, when you teach the women, the young kids, they grow up like that.
Right.
When you teach them, hey son, you do not put on my shoes in the house. Little stuff like that. Because kids explore. The Bible says children are bound in foolishness in their youth. Right? So, you got to teach your kids. When I was a kid, bedtime was 8 o'clock. 8:30. Now the kids go to bed at 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 in the morning. They got school the next day at 6. That's an issue. Now the kid go to school, he's falling asleep in class and he's not learning. So now because he's so far behind in school, he don't like to learn no more. That's what he does now. He joins gangs. Because he doesn't have the knowledge to even process the information that's going on. Because that was me. I was in, what, 8th grade? I said, man, this ain't for me. This ain't for me. I don't like this. Because I didn't know it. I wasn't dumb, I just didn't pay attention. I was a class clown, I wanted to be with my friends. You gotta be a mother to these kids now. Right. You gotta let them know, when you grow up, you're gonna be somebody. Right. But you should not use his father's transgressions that he did to you on the child. Don't take out your anger on your child because daddy left. Many of our sisters did that. Many of them do that today. That's why the kids be destroyed. That's why the kids just grow up to go to jail, because they put all that self-hatred, low self-esteem energy to their kid. So by the time he got older, he in jail. He records, he sells drugs. He makes all the women pregnant in the neighborhood, and he don't take care of them. You as women, mothers, have a big responsibility.
Right. Yes, right.
The men go to war with this devil. But while we going to war with this demon, you gotta teach the children at home to make warriors so they can grow up to fight this devil too. But if you're making him a devil in the house, he's gonna go to war with us. That's a problem right there. So we gotta fix it.
We used to scream black power while heroin was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.